I've been reading this book off and on for the last 5, 10 years. I just got back from Knoxville. My parents are older. We're having these conversations, and it's important for me to chronicle this because I want to share what I learned. But maybe if you have ideas on how to help me, that'd be great too. The last passage I read was learning about discussing the legacy, right? And in my youth, I didn't have the ability to discuss this with my parents. I didn't know what to talk about with my parents. And we have these conversations. My mom totally grabbed onto it. My dad doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to let go, although he's let go. And then I combine myself with what's going on with other people, right? I belong to a group of NoaVet. It's called noavet.org right here. It's a program, a nonprofit that helps veterans. This actually has just reverted over to seniors as well, where we talk about any kind of issues that you might have and how to get help: homelessness, drug addiction, mental health issues, what have you. We need help your parents get older and understand what's going on. There's certain things. I want you to tune in on a lot of these things, and I want you to understand that there's offers and opportunity for you to help your parents if they're struggling financially or what have you. How do you say that? Ask them about how it was when they were younger. How did they handle this? Because our world today and their world 50 years ago was 180 degrees different. Nobody could fathom where we were today back in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. We thought we were all going to wear silver suits and fly saucers, fly cars. It's a totally different world. Financially, they might be struggling. There's pride that's issued into them. We need to have that discussion with our parents about how to create the legacy for them, whether it's a car or jewelry or guns or their estate or what have you. Now is the time to have those conversations. And believe it or not, my mom took me to the safe and showed me the trust and showed me where all the money's tucked away under a mattress. I know, right? It's going to happen. And that's why I point you to this. And it's in the blog. This link is in the blog. I don't get any money off of it. I don't know David, doesn't know me. It doesn't matter. I want people to buy this book, and we'll go through a passage every now and then to talk about it. And this one is called Personality Development, Growth Through Crisis. And I'm not going to read the entire thing. I'll tell you my passage here and what it means to me. It goes into talking about the personality as you grow up, as a 2-year-old, as a teenager, as an adult, and then as a senior. And as you grow, you become more powerful, more personal, more aware of who you are. And as you go to the next age category, which is seniors, you start realizing that there's certain things that help that prevent you from enjoying life. And it's crisis that they talk about. Crisis is about making you stronger, not failing, right? Certain things. Oh, I got in an accident, like Arun Batra just got into an accident. That's a crisis. How you handle it makes you a better person or not, right? There's something that talks about the senior mission of older adults, and that is describing or developing their legacy. And it's your job as the child of an adult senior, of a senior person, to give them management control. They need to maintain control. You have to do it tactfully without telling them how to do it. Allow them to figure it out on their own. Help them, be there for them. I guess I would say a mentor, but not really a mentor. Now, how do you do that? You ask questions, right? Here's some of the questions just to start it off with, right? What was the world like when you were growing up? What was the most significant thing? We landed on the moon and all that, right? These are memory things that help them relive what their life was and how cherishing their life was, how amazing their life was. And it's time for you to spend and enjoy that time reminiscing, because time is short. My mom is 80 years old. I know she doesn't have 50 more years left. Every time I can, jump on the phone and talk to her. Every time she asks, I send myself over there and meet with her, right? As expensive and excruciatingly painful as it is, what it is, because the time slips quickly. Talk about your best friends, right? Why is this important? It's important because it allows you to commit that memory to a positive thing. My first stepdad passed away a few years ago, congenital heart failure. He was an Army vet. I was fortunate enough that I was flying around and I got to go see him a couple times. We let him go. He got into trouble and some bad things and let him do his thing. And then now that he was older, I regrouped and I got a chance to sell a house for a friend who moved to Austin, and he needed to have his car driven to Austin. So I volunteered to do it. I threw my son in there, who was 16 or 17 at the time. And it was awesome because that was a memory that he and I get to share now, even though he hated the first couple of days. Anyway, it was a good memory, and now he appreciates it. We went through Dallas-Fort Worth, and I looked him up. I said, hey, we're in town. Do you want to have dinner? Let's go have dinner. We had dinner. And I knew this was the last time I was going to see him. And he said, I'm going to the hospital, this and that. I have congenital heart failure, some kind of heart failure. He never made it out of the hospital. And as regretful as that is, I appreciate the opportunity I gave myself to reach out to him and spend a few last hours with him. And those are great memories. So get into it, guys. We'll be talking about more about this in the next couple of weeks. Helping your parents create a legacy. I'm Vito with Abitano. Have an amazing weekend. We'll see you out there.